Hello there, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. So today I'm really happy to be taking a look at one of the two currently available sets based off the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, that being set number 75336, Inquisitor Transport Scythe. This set includes 924 pieces retailing for $99.99 when it released August 1st of 2022. Now I originally wasn't going to buy this set day one, but here it is in front of me. I feel $100 is a pretty good price per piece. You get 4 brand new and exclusive minifigures in this set, 2 of which have been figures that I have really wanted since watching Star Wars Rebels, the Grand Inquisitor and Fifth Brother. I also feel compared to our $100 set last year, the Bad Batch Shuttle, this is going to be a lot more of a satisfying end result when it comes to our final overall model, because they did actually put all of the pieces into this final build of the Inquisitor transport ship. Another thing that I have to touch on when it comes to the box art, we do get that specialized color to represent the Kenobi show, this lighter blue, which you'll also see on the Black Series characters and also a lot of the other Star Wars merchandise for Kenobi. We get both Obi-Wan and Vader down here. I really love that they include this from the side of the box. I love that they go all out with certain things, but don't go all out with others. Flipping to the back, we have the sandy planet of Tatooine, where we get another look at the ship with your characters interacting, all wielding their lightsabers there. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for the box. Again, we get push tabs, which is really unfortunate for a $100 set, but it is what it is. Let's open this up. Included in the box, you get a total of 8 numbered bags in addition to your stickers and instruction manual. Fortunately, it looks like we don't get too many stickers. You get 7 that I believe should all go within the vehicle build. Do I even have to say it anymore? Ugly render from the front of the instructions, same style that you're going to see for all the other summer sets. Win robot from the back. Piece count for 2 pages there, leading right into your final overall model. And one more advertisement. With all the other summer sets, you guys can expect reviews for Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, as well as the ATTE. I don't know if I'll be getting any more of these anytime soon. To start off our minifigure selection, first off we have Ben Kenobi, also known as Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is exclusive to this set with brand new prints for the torso facial expression, and we even get a brand new hairpiece mold. Additionally, we get an under the neck accessory of this poncho, which is probably the part that I like the least on this figure, just because it's so poofy, and you can see even when I spin him from the very back that it is sticking out a little bit more than I would have liked it to, because we use this softer fabric for this particular piece. And we're going to remove that poncho piece real quickly, which I'll also show that on screen now, just so then you can see the general dimensions of that. You get 2 holes that go underneath the head. Looking at the rest of his figure, you get this really nice sand blue torso with the print from the front. Continued to the back there, seeing the belt wrap around, those brown hands for some gloves. And looking at the facial expression, it is double-sided, one with a slight smirk from the front. And you can flip that right around to see an angry look from the back. I might also add, what would make this particular character even better is if there were a small tinge of gray anywhere within his beard or even his hair there, which is still in that orange color that you'll see within Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, which I might even add that this hairpiece might even fit an Episode 2 Obi-Wan very well, just because it has that particular style. And you know, I have tried it on the one that we got within the Summer Wave, and it looks very good, though it's still not exactly where I would want it to be. I think this works well for this particular version of Obi-Wan, but still, I think he should look a little bit older than he does. Probably one of the figures that I was most looking forward to getting within this set is the Grand Inquisitor, who comes with all brand new prints for his figure and looks absolutely amazing. There's only one thing, kind of like Obi-Wan, that I'm not really too much of a fan of, and that's the cape that he uses. Removing his head and his under the neck accessory plate, you can see the cape that we use for the Grand Inquisitor, which is a one-hole cape. This is also used on a character in Monkey Kid, which is in that big $170-something set that released this summer. I don't like this because it just looks really ugly, and even underneath the armor, I understand why they're using this particular piece. It's so the cape doesn't interfere with the armor on the character, but still, it just looks very ugly even with the armor on your minifigure. Additionally, it just really feels too long, and you see this from the back of the figure, it just doesn't really look as good as it probably could have. So probably like the 2015 version, I'm just not going to include the cape because that looks really ugly, and this looks so much better, and you can even see the back print from the minifigure here. You don't get any printing on the upper level of the torso, only down there, and I think that works a lot better than the cape, which just looks absolutely terrible in my opinion. Now, continuing our look at this under the neck accessory, you can see that we have some side armor plates and some exclusive printing from the front of it, which is pretty nice to see. Though from the back, we just happen to get this clip piece connection where you can also place the Inquisitor's lightsaber, which does reuse this mold that was introduced back in 2015 for the Inquisitors in Star Wars Rebels. I really love getting this piece 3 times in this set for all 3 of the Inquisitors. It's such an amazing mold. I'm really happy that LEGO decided to bring it back. You can remove the blades, and you can just toss a lightsaber right there in the clip on the back of his minifigure, which I think works very well as an easy way to store his lightsaber. Now, wrapping things up, I'm just going to remove that under the neck accessory so we can take a better look at the torso printing, where you can see the same markings that we saw on that armor plate from the front of the torso there, and even the leg printing for this figure, which is really amazing, but I think could have been even better if this figure had dual molded legs. I think that could have made this figure a little bit better. But still, LEGO did an amazing job giving us prints from the middle of the legs leading up to the top of the torso there. And also looking at the facial expression, it is a little bit different compared to the one that we saw from Star Wars Rebels. I guess this one is more so following the style of the version that we see within the Kenobi show. I've seen some people complain about how the Grand Inquisitor looked in there, but I don't really have any problems with it. I think that this figure turned out really fine. Especially love the fact that we get printing from the back of the head. I think that works very well just to complete this particular figure. A new character introduced in the show, we have Reva, the third sister Inquisitor, who I think turned out alright. I'm not particularly fond of the hairpiece that they chose. I don't really think it works well. I mean, I'm still uncertain about it. It just doesn't really feel right to me, though the hairpiece only comes in 2 other sets, that being the minifigure pack for Marvel from this year and a City Stunt Spike that released over the summer. I mean, it's a nice hairpiece to get, but still, I don't really feel like it fits. We get a new flesh tone for her facial expression, which I really love that LEGO's introducing all of these different flesh tone colors for this year. It's really amazing to see them going all out with that, and I think this definitely works well to represent the actor. One thing that is missing because of this hairpiece, though, is the fact that we don't get another facial expression. I think that would have been nice if we saw a more angry facial expression to fit her character from the show. That's really one thing that I feel is missing. Other than that, I really love this cape piece, which is a 2-hole cape. As you can see, it is crossing over underneath her neck, and I also really love just the style of it, and it works a lot better as a cape compared to what we saw for the Grand Inquisitor, because it actually covers up the way it's supposed to, instead of just having that whole weird situation where it's just like flowing down like that. It's like a Disney princess cape, that other one. But anyways, also love getting this lightsaber hilt piece again for this figure. Really amazing to see it come 3 times, and we only get the print from the front and the back of the torso there, which I can flip up a little bit. You can see a little bit of printing from the back there, and we don't get any leg printing, which is totally fine. This figure doesn't really need it compared to the other ones that we got within this set. And to finish us off, we have another character from Star Wars Rebels, the 5th brother Inquisitor, who looks even better than the one that we got in the past, in my opinion, just because I feel like LEGO has really improved upon a lot of their printing styles, especially when it comes to the facial expression for this guy, which looks absolutely menacing. I'm in love with that facial expression. Just like our other Inquisitors, we're also going to see the same exact lightsaber piece, and just like the Grand Inquisitor, you can spin him right around and see a clip piece from the very back of his under the neck accessory and plop his lightsaber on it like such, which is really amazing that they include this for both of these Inquisitor figures, and I think it matters more than Reva just because these are the ones that we got back in Star Wars Rebels and probably are going to be very desirable figures in the future just due to the amount of detail that we got on them. Now, in terms of the printing style for this particular figure, I do have to point out the fact that we do happen to get the same exact leg prints that we saw for the Grand Inquisitor, though we happen to get a different torso print, and we also get the arms in that dark gray. You can take a look from the very back. I'll remove that under the neck accessory so we can take a better look, where you can see the printing continued from the back of the torso as well as the head, which wasn't really necessary because that's going to be covered up by the hat that's included, which also works very well just to complete the look with the under the neck accessory there, which is also a brand new mold, I'm pretty sure. If not, that also came back in 2015, just probably reproduced for this particular set, maybe under a new part number, I'm not sure. But anyways, this figure is really well done. Love that facial expression and all the printing for this figure, and the under the neck accessory just really helps. Overall, I really feel like LEGO did an amazing job with this figure selection. No doubt the best bang for your buck this year when it comes to the LEGO Star Wars theme. At $100, we have the Inquisitor Transport Scythe. Now, this particular vehicle shows up in 3 episodes of the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show. Episode 1, it was introduced, then we saw it again in episode 3, and then lastly in episode 5. Overall, I feel they did a great job capturing this particular vehicle. Of course, like most things in the Star Wars universe, you're gonna see that black, light gray, dark gray color scheme for this particular vehicle, but I don't really mind the black. I think it turned out really nice, and it is really sleek. Even though we do get a lot of studs from the front of it, you'll see a lot more tiling off from the back, which I actually really like, and even on the wings. So starting off from the front and working our way around till we get to the interior, I really love a lot of these different pieces that we get in black, especially getting these larger wing pieces are really cool to see. You can see a lot of the different connections that are used here, like the clip piece connections and also these mixel ball joints, a lot of building on the side, especially for some of the greebling down here, which is also really interesting to see, and a lot of the building techniques, especially just to form some of the angles here, which really was unexpected when it comes to building it, I think are really cool and add a lot of extra detail, especially the tiling off down here. You know I love tiling off. This is so beautiful how they did this particular angle down here and just covering up the sides in between the area where you can actually let out your minifigures from the cockpit, which again is really amazing to see LEGO going all out with this particular detail. You can also flip this up just to take a better look inside there. You can place your minifigures as if they are coming out of the cockpit there, though we actually do happen to get another level that shows where your minifigures are going to be sitting, which we'll get to in a minute. Really love that piece, by the way. I'm going to talk more about it in just a second, but we're going to move to the back over here where we have the wings, and again, lots of really nice tiling off here. A lot of those 2x6 tile pieces and even the 2x4 down here. Really love all of that. As we move down to the wings, you can see all of the different Technic connections. You can bring these up and you can bring these down as if it's flying. Also from the side of these wings, you can see that we have some of these rapid fire shooters. All you gotta do is press down and it goes out into the distance, never to be found again. It's behind me somewhere. We do happen to get one extra if you lose it. From the very end, I also appreciate LEGO including some pretend blasters, which I also really love seeing in playsets like this. And I also like that this is well hidden. You can even remove this and it won't affect the design of the vehicle, which is amazing. Rounding out the back of the model, you can see that we get some stickers on these tile pieces, these two 2x4s, and this one 1x4 down there. And again, lots of beautiful tiling off. Love getting these triangular tile pieces. Get some of these flag pieces from the bottom just to add a little bit more extra detail from there. And the engines, which also happen to use this piece, which is covered up. Let's see if I can show that off a little bit better there. We get this piece where you put a bunch of these cylinders inside. This was introduced with the smaller scale X-Wing back in 2020, I believe, though this particular piece only comes in one other set at the moment, that being a Monkey Kid set from this summer. You can see the translucent blue from the back of the engines, and we also get these smaller ones from the side of the wings. Same sort of situation from the other side when it comes to the wings, where you get the rapid fire shooter, and a lot of nice tiling off, and the fake blaster from the bottom. Now on to the part of the set, which is no doubt one of my favorites. We have the interior of the build. Now it is a little funky how you access this, because we have quite a few different clip piece connections and quite a few Technic connections in order to actually get in here. First off, you can lift up cockpit, which is easily connected by a clip piece connection, where you can actually view the interior, though this isn't the full interior of the set. Now before I get to that, I do have to just talk about this cockpit piece in the translucent red with the print, which is exclusive to this particular set, at least at the moment. I really love when LEGO produces exclusive prints for their cockpits. We saw it all the time with the sequel trilogy sets. It's really nice to see them going all out in a Kenobi set. Now, lifting that up, we also happen to get another clip piece connection. I'm going to bring those wings down just to make life a little bit easier. You can bring up this clip piece connection, and then we just happen to get a Technic connection in order to lift up the back area, so you can lift all of that stuff up. And then we also get some more clip piece connections in order to actually expand the interior, which just goes to show how much interior we actually have for this particular set, which is amazing. From the front of our interior, we have the main cockpit area where you can sit your minifigures. You get this very nice big chair for the Grand Inquisitor and two chairs, one for Reva and one for the fifth brother. We happen to get a small control panel on that 1x2 cheese slope, which isn't anything special. We've seen that print many times before. We get some stickers on these tile pieces, two of them being these 2x4s and two of them being those 2x6s. You can see them also from this side. Get a lot of interior space for you to stand your minifigures, lots and lots of studs, which is really nice to see. We also get two stickers from the very back, which kind of mimic the style that we saw in the Dark Trooper Attack set. That's at least the vibe that I got from that particular design. But when it comes to unloading your minifigures, we do happen to get this spot from the very front that you can lift down in order to have a place where your minifigures can unload from the vehicle. Just taking a look from inside there, technically you'd have to jump over all of the control stuff in order to get down there, which is kind of funky, but you know, it is what it is. I think LEGO did a really nice job with all of the different opening features within the ship, and I have no doubt in my mind that it'll be popular no matter what. One other thing that I have to bring up when it comes to this particular build is the fact that we happen to get some landing gear, which these pieces aren't anything special, though are connected using some Technic connections. You can bring those back and forth as you please, just to help position the ship when you're landing it on the ground there. Of course, you can take them off if you don't like them, but here's also just a quick look at the foundation of the build, where you can see a lot of the different building techniques, especially when it comes to this front area over here, where you get quite a lot of interesting decisions, a lot of different Technic pieces in order to complete the foundation of this particular build. So overall, for $100, is this set worth it? I mean, this feels like it's the best $100 Star Wars value that we've gotten in quite some time. The vehicle build is quite sizable, which is the whole reason why I think this is a really great $100 value. You get quite a sizable interior where you can actually fit all three of your Inquisitor minifigures, who are exclusive, in addition to Obi-Wan, who is also exclusive to this particular set. both the Grand Inquisitor and Fifth Brother. We've only seen one other time back in 2015 for Star Wars Rebels, so those are really amazing to finally get again. Reva, though lacking the leg printing that we see for the other two Inquisitor minifigures, is still an amazing inclusion, and I love her cape compared to the Grand Inquisitor. I just have to put that out there. Really amazing to get the lightsaber handle mold that we saw for Star Wars Rebels return in this set 3 times for all 3 of the Inquisitors. And Obi-Wan, though nothing special, is accurate to the TV show and even features a brand new hairpiece that I can see LEGO reusing in many different colors in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!